Alright, morning. Well, at least it is here for me. It's going on 6 o'clock. Got my coffee. It's pretty stout stuff. I'm going to start off by saying this is a continuation from the video that I posted last night. And to go into greater detail on some of the things that I had said. One is the shit that I think about the majority of the time that I would figure bothers other people is uh, and other people think it's a negative way of thinking. No, it's informed. This is to relate to a post that I made yesterday because I was watching the Science Channel and it was to do with astrological events like um, say uh, an asteroid were to hit the Earth and just completely wipe us off the uh, face of existence. Uh, the topic that was brought up was the simple fact. The question was, is there anywhere that's truly safe? From my personal beliefs and views on this, I don't think so. You know, I find that the perception of safety is just an illusion because there is no place, not here, not in anywhere out in the stars, no other planet, no matter where you go or what you do, that you can't avoid the inevitability of one's own mortality. We're all gonna die. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. That was one of the topics that I was addressing yesterday that I thought might bother some of y'all. If it does, I understand, you know, but you're just gonna have to kind of suck it up because these are my views. These are my beliefs. You know, you don't have to accept them. On another topic that I wanted to bring up, one of my biggest pet peeves is y'all asking me when there seems to be something up, what's wrong? If I wanted to tell you what was wrong, I would send you a message via inbox and tell you what the hell's going on with me. But then again, I want to reiterate and I want to emphasize this. Stop and think about what you're asking me before you even bother to ask me what is wrong. If you know who I am, genuinely know who I am, you'll know that I'm not proud of some of the shit that I had to do. You know, I'm a veteran, a combat veteran at that. You know, I've had to kill people. I don't like thinking about that sort of shit. It's not something I really like to talk about. You know, another thing is I think about it all the time. I've been married twice. Right? I don't really want to go into greater detail about that, and I already know that a few of you already know about this in greater detail because I've told you. Uh, I stopped about what I've done wrong in both of those relationships, and even after both of those relationships failed, I tried again. And the third time I tried, I thought she was the one. She's the mother of my child. Right? My daughter's 5 years old now. I don't even get to see her anymore. Not because I don't want to, but out of the simple fact that I do not know where they are. And on top of the fact that she left me not 6 months after my daughter was born. Yeah, I'll admit that was partly on me. You know, I could be a real asshole at times. And can't. We all have our flaws. But the biggest dent in that relationship was the lack of communication between me and her. Um, I always wanted to talk things out. I wanted to try and make things work. But she never really wanted to talk to me face to face. It was always notes. Uh, I could deal with that at first. And I tried to overlook that. But as we were getting into our second year of our relationship, the whole note giving thing just reminded me too much being back in high school. And yeah, granted, my ex, 6 years younger than I am. I was 24 at the time. She just got out of high school. That was my stupidity. I should have known better than to date somebody or try to be with somebody who's younger than me. But as the old saying goes, age is just a number. That doesn't determine one's happiness in a relationship. Far from it. Honestly, my ex-wife was older than me. The only thing that relationship was the fact that I came home from war and caught her cheating on my ass. Infidelity is not something that I'm going to tolerate from anyone. Alright? That was one of the biggest topics I wanted to address. And I know that's going to hurt somebody's feelings. To be honest with you, I don't care. and to address one of the topics from my last video. Yeah, I love anime. It's easier for me to get a laugh out of that because some of them are mostly action based with a bit of comedic relief. Yeah, there are a lot of movies out there and television series that have the same effect going on. There's a few of them that I happen to like that do the same thing. NCIS happens to be one of them. It's a really good show. But trying not to get off topic on that sort of thing. What I was trying to address is when I'm out with my friends, I'm just hanging out over at their house, and somebody sticks in a comedy, I can't stand that. Not that I don't find certain comedians to be funny, it's just that everybody else's degree of humor varies from one person to another. I'm not big on humor for the most part. I'm really not. It's subtle stuff that catches me. And uh and I'll get a laugh out of it. But that's just me. I like action. Uh, I also do like drama. I'm gonna fess up to that. Yeah, I like drama. Not in total realistic sense from everyday life where everybody draws you into their own fucking bullshit, because that is something I'm not into. I don't involve other people in what's constantly going on in my day-to-day life. I don't want to involve anybody in that. Nor do I want to be involved in your shit. Let me emphasize that again. I do not want to be involved in your shit. So, if you have a constant state of drama going on around you, don't expect me to be around you much. It doesn't mean that I don't care. It just means that I don't deal with all the stupid shit that you got going on around you. And, you know, that's just me. It's not meant to hurt you or anybody else. You can think I'm an asshole if you want to. That's fine. Because I can be. I'm not gonna deny that. Not at all. Uh, but to go back to the main topic on that thing that I was saying about when others ask me what's wrong. The last part of it was I lost my mom just a little over a year ago. That is one of the biggest things that is on my mind constantly. This is probably the only thing in this video that I'm going to fess up to that really irks me on daily basis, and I can't get it out of my head. Is the fact that my mom's gone. The closest person that that I had. I'm not saying that I couldn't talk to my dad or my brother or any of my friends for that matter. There was just certain things that were easier to talk to my mom about than anybody else. I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to this. But when you lose that person that you have that deep connection with, be it your lover, a relative, or a really close friend, that shit eats away at your mind, your body, your heart, and soul. So, yeah, I may not be in the greatest mood at all times, but I have a tendency to cover it up. I hide my emotions the better part of the time. Not because I think it's weak to show emotion, because it's not. There's nothing wrong with breaking down and crying and expressing yourself. Not at all. I actually do a lot of it when I'm alone anyway. And I'm proud to admit that. I don't let all of these things that bother me stay bottled up inside. I don't. It's just not easy for me to talk about. Y'all are lucky that I'm even saying anything about this shit in this video. Because that isn't easy for me. It really isn't. Another thing about me that I have issues discussing with other people is the topic of religion. I have faith. I do. I believe in a higher power. It may not be yours, and it may not be Christ. It may not be Allah or any of the pagan gods or what have you. Alright? But I do believe that there is some form of higher power out there that influences our daily lives. You know, I've seen miracles. Doesn't mean that they're not hard to believe, because they are. But, like to say, seeing's believing. But that's enough on that topic. I get told a lot that I should really change my outlook on life, because a lot of people seem to think that I'm that guy who looks at the glass like it's half empty. But I'm not. I'm not the optimist. I'm not the pessimist. I'm a realist. I accept things as they are and how they're going to be. I live in the moment. I try my best not to worry about what will happen tomorrow. Doesn't mean that I don't, because I do. Everybody does. That's what drives most people to break down and become a nervous wreck, or decide to go on a mass killing spree, what have you. Believe me, the thought of that has crossed my mind more than a few times with all this shit that's going on in the political world right now. But because I'm a man of conscience, I won't stoop so low as to commit a heinous act like that. Unlike these fuckers in the Middle East. Yeah, I swear a lot too. That's another topic that I would like to address. If you have an issue with the way I talk, let me know. I'll try and tone it down. Especially if you got kids. I'll do what I can about not swearing around them. Doesn't mean that it's not gonna slip out from here to there from time to time. No, I can't help it. It's just in my nature. Well, a lot of you would probably contradict me on that, but like I said before, everybody has an opinion and they're entitled to it. But you can't force anybody to change. You have to be willing to do those things on their own. Personally, there's quite a few things about myself that I'm quite comfortable with, and I don't feel that I need to change. But I could be wrong about that. You know, it'll just hit me later on. You know, yeah, maybe I'm fucked up and I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But life's not about maybes. It's really not. It's not about what ifs. It's what you do right here, right now. Your past mistakes do not define you for the person you are. They help you to develop the person that you will eventually become and choose to be. Because life is all about choice. You know, to hell with all this bullshit that you see about fucking uh, life being determined by predetermined by fate. There's nothing that you can do to change the inevitable outcome about what you should do and what you will do with your life. No, that's bullshit. Alright? Everybody has free will. You choose what happens to you. You can either make the choice to do something positive and, you know, feel good about yourself. Bring up other people around you who are feeling down. Or you could be a negative sack of shit and spread misery and bring everybody else around you down. It's a matter of choice. But whatever you decide to do, just remember this. You have to face the consequences of your actions. I face the consequences of my actions every day. And believe me, I am not perfect. I don't believe that there was a single person that is. Or ever was. But those are my views. Now, I'm not going to push my views on you. Nor would I want you to push your views on me. That's not how things work or should work. Saying, yeah, probably shouldn't smoke either, but, this is another one of the life choices that I've decided to make that I'm going to have to deal with the consequences of later. But like I said earlier on in this video, death is an inevitability. There ain't shit you can do to stop it. There are a lot of things that you can do to hasten it, though. Like drunk driving, smoking, doing a shitload of drugs, stuff of that nature. I don't condone you doing those things. But I'm not going to put you down for the fact that you decide to do them. Because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does. Let me apologize for this too. Yeah, I know I'm going around in circles. But I'm trying to emphasize to you that this is the type of life I live. These are my views. You don't have to like them. I just felt that maybe I should share them with you. Maybe you could benefit from them, or maybe you couldn't. I have acceptance for the shit that I've done. Doesn't mean that even though I accept it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't bother me. Because deep down, everybody has their own demons to deal with. It's just a matter of way and how you choose to deal with those demons. One of my biggest faults is that I turn to drinking when shit gets rough, and a lot of people tell me that I shouldn't. And you know what? They're right. I really shouldn't, because even though it numbs the pain for the moment, the pain always comes back once I sober up. But I deal with things. I'll inevitably come to terms with it and possibly change my outlook and stop doing some of the fucked up things that I do. But as of right now, that is not something that I've come to terms with just yet. And I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do regardless of what anybody else tells me. Because that is my choice. Like I said, you shouldn't ever try to force anybody to change, because it's impossible. You can't help somebody who isn't willing to help themselves. Doesn't mean that those people don't, including myself, don't realize what they're doing is wrong. Because they do. Deep down they do. And we all have to live with it. We may not all like it, but you have to learn how to deal with it. If you don't want to deal with it, then stay the fuck away from those people who you think are bringing you down or bring about constant negativity. Huh? I would like to hope that many of you would think that I'm not one of those people that lives in a constant state of negativity and wants to bring everybody else down to my level. No. I try to do everything in my power to bring other people up. It may not always work, but that's something I'm willing to live with. I just hope that some of the shit that I'm saying in this video will help some of you who see it out to realize that there are other people out there who care about the shit that you're going through. I know that there's people out there that care about the shit that I'm going through. If they didn't, they wouldn't ask me what's wrong. Alright? But when I feel the need to tell you, I will. Don't constantly pester me about when you see me and how I'm acting on how I feel and what's wrong and what's going on in my life. I'll tell you if I feel like it. If I don't feel the need to tell you, then don't persist in that same question. Because I will not persist in bothering you about what's going on in your life, whether you want to tell me or not. I just hope that what I'm saying will make you think, give you some introspect about your daily lives. Maybe make you consider about some of the shit that you need to just. I sure as hell am contemplating on the shit that I know that I need to change about myself as I'm speaking. One of the few things that I know I need to change myself is the fact that I have a tendency to procrastinate. I know I need to do something about that. And I'm going to work on it. I am. I swear this to you all now that I'm going to work on that. And I'm going to try. That's all I can do. That's all I can guarantee you. But for those of you who don't know me personally, I apologize if any of the things that I've said offend you in any way. I really do. Because like I said in my last video, I'm not trying to offend anybody. These are just the things that are on my mind, and I felt like them with the rest of you, in hopes that maybe you'll benefit from what I'm talking about. Also would like to apologize. I know that this video is a little long, so I think I'll probably cut this short here now and make another one later. So, I hope that all of you have a good day, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you are. My biggest hope, and I'm trying to reinforce this, is that I hope that some of the things that I've had to say in this video will help you through your day, or to get through your day, and inevitably help you get through tomorrow or any time in the future. So, that being said, I guess I'll just see y'all later.